Yes, this is Coach Nelson. Yes, I'd like to renew my subscription to Headband Quarterly. Why, yes, I'd like to be a platinum member. But I gotta go. I'll call you back. Hi, I'm Safety Coach Art, half Nelson. And today I just want to take a few minutes to talk to the students. So those of you in the middle school and high school, I really need you to pay attention. So teachers, make sure your students watch these videos. Students, you face challenges today that Coach Art never had to. I never had to do an active shooter drill. But you're taking on those challenges head on. That's what makes you special. And I want to take a few minutes to talk to you so you can understand how vital you are when it comes to school safety. Students, you can see red flags when it comes to school safety more than anyone else. You have expert knowledge on different forms of social media. You're on the front lines of new information in real time, and that's amazing. Heck, Coach Art can't even get his VCR to stop flashing 12. Now, for those of you who don't know what a VCR is, ask your grandparents or Google it. Now, students, you might see something on one of your many social media platforms that can be considered dangerous to the school environment, and you're not sure if you should report it or not. Let's say it's being said by your friend or just someone you know. You may think it's a joke or no big deal. Well, it's not a joke, and it is a big deal. Now, you might be confused on what you need to do in this case. It may cause you some interpersonal conflict. I understand that. On one hand, you feel like you should report it, but on the other, you think you might be a tattletale or you might be getting someone in trouble. I understand where you're coming from. Remember, Coach Art can pick an apple off an orange tree and make you the best lemonade you ever had. Coach understands these relationships are very important to you. So let me put it to you another way. You see on the news all the time about a violent critical incident. You see the pain and suffering communities go through as they try to rebuild after that. What you don't see are the cases that were stopped because someone saw something and said something. From 2006 to 2018, there were 67 cases where a school shooting was stopped because someone said something and proper authorities intervened. You also see on the news how people ignored the signs leading up to the incident. Listen, guys, I can't be any more serious than I am right now about this. Your safety is our number one concern. So there is no funny joke. There is no happy ending to this case. If you see something, you have to say something. That's why you all play a vital role in school safety. You're starting the alert process. You're letting everyone know that there's danger. And when you do that, that makes you a hero. Remember, I don't want you scared. I want you prepared. And together, we are Frankfurt. Now, before we go, I just want to cover one last thing. In case you've looked outside, it's wintertime and it's snowing. That's why several years ago, Officer Rob made this wonderful video about winter driving. It's going to be available at the end of this presentation. So watch it and enjoy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Officer Rob, and I'm here today to talk to you about winter driving and to give you a few safety tips to make your commute to work a little safer. So let's get started. First and foremost, give yourself a little extra time in the morning. That way you're not rushing and you can adjust for road conditions. Now, this may require you to get up a little earlier in the morning, but it's worth it. That way you don't put your car into a ditch because you're traveling too fast. Which brings me to this. Slow down. Speed is a big factor when driving on wet, icy roads. Why is that? Well, even if you have anti-lock brakes, your stopping distance on ice increases, or as scientists like to say, no duh. Third, give yourself some distance between the vehicle in front of you, about a car length and a half. That way you can adjust for road conditions, and you can also make adjustments in case the vehicle in front of you has a problem. And accelerate and decelerate slowly. Well, why do you want to do that? This prevents fishtailing, which, if your vehicle starts to fishtail, you might overcorrect on your steering, thus putting you into a ditch. And avoid using cruise control when on the highway. Now let's talk about your vehicle for a second. Let's talk tires. Make sure they're properly inflated and they have good tread. Now, bald's good for NASCAR tires and a great looking hairstyle, but not good for driving on wet, icy road conditions. Your windshield and windshield wipers. Make sure your windshield is clear of any snow, frost, or ice before you leave your driveway, and you also might want to check your windshield wipers to make sure they're not worn or torn out. Believe me, if you've ever driven down the highway and been passed by a semi in the wintertime, you know that your crystal clear windshield can turn into a bowl of minestrone soup real quick. Now, people also suggest having a roadside emergency kit. You can buy one of these at any hardware store, box store, or your favorite online shopping site. What I also recommend is you get a small snow shovel in case you need to dig yourself out in an emergency. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for letting me talk to you today. As always, I'm Officer Rob, and I'll see you out there.